Welcome once again, everybody, to the live stream for girls varsity basketball action tonight. They play in a Dual Valley Conference, and they play host to the Nipmuc Warriors. We'll get the video feed on for you in a minute, but right now the players are going to go through starting lineups and national anthems. So we'll get it on for you, but in the meantime, let me set it up for you. Nipmuc Warriors ladies basketball comes in 4-8 overall, 3-5 in the Dual Valley Conference. Whereas the Crusaders from Whitensville Christian, even 500, 6-6 overall, and they're 4-4 in the Dual Valley. These two teams already played once, so this is a revenge game for Nipmuc because WCS took care of them on their home court a couple weeks ago. Last week of conference play for both the boys and girls, as the girls will wrap that up against Hopedale on Friday night.
Good evening and welcome to Whitensville Christian School's Nehemiah Center for Crusaders are coached by Emily Primer, assisted by Kelly Penning and Kelly Steiner. We ask that you rise now and turn your faces to the flag for the singing of our national anthem by the Whitensville Christian Vocal Ensemble.
Okay, so a great rendition from some of our students. So once again, Nipmuc Warriors come in at 4-8 overall, not having the season that they really wanted. Some young players on this team, though. In fact, checking it over, only one senior. Meg McCobb is the only Nipmuc player that's a senior, so they'll be returning everybody back. So they have a good future ahead of them. Taking a little bit of their lumps this year, going 4-8 and only 3-5 Dual Valley Conference. Two of those wins, of course, against Douglas, which is winless on the season. So they also were able to beat BMR, whereas the Crusaders, they jump it up 6-6, 4-4 in the Dual Valley Conference. 2-game losing streak coming into this. If you were with us Monday night, tough loss against St. Bernard. So Crusaders want to get back on their winning ways for sure. Right away, Crusaders in that man-to-man defense. Paige Anderson gets them off to a good start here for Nipmuc, 2-0. Little press they put on. Margaret Johnson's going to go all the way. She's going to loop it underneath, but Margaret stepped out of bounds. Quick turnover here, so Nipmuc, who again is coming in on a losing streak, but then again, so are the Crusaders. Had a great week last week, but then they lost on Friday to Sutton, which was expected, and then St. Bernard's, who's making a late season rally. Here comes Margaret. She holds it up. Savannah Card on the other end. Savvy Carr was unable to hit it, so it's Chloe Ritchie. She finds Sinelli. Margaret all the way to the hoop, hits the side of the backboard. Quinlan Rice couldn't get the offensive board, and it goes back to Nipmuc. Paige Anderson again. She got the first hoop. Anderson gets another one. That looks like Nipmuc's game plan as they get Paige down low. She's 2 for 2 down there. Crusaders got to watch out on that. Try to get it to Allie Whedon, but it gets knocked out of bounds by Paige Anderson. Stay Crusaders ball. Johnson will take it out. Sinelli will get the offense started. No score for the Crusaders yet. Down 4-0 with 6:25 left. First quarter, just getting started here. Find Ritchie off the glass. No good. That looks like it went off of Nipmuc. I thought Paige Anderson had it, but ref saw it differently. Saw it go off Sinelli's fingers. She tried to get the offensive rebound. So 4-0. Nipmuc looking to take an even bigger lead here as they start this game. Dishington finds Paige again. Anderson gets it blocked that time, much to the crowd's chagrin. Looked like Ellie Whedon had a block there. But the foul got called instead, so first team foul. Good steal by Sinelli. Bad pass as the Nipmuc was looking to run something on the out-of-bounds play. Sinelli sniffed it out and got it, so here comes Crusaders. Looked like Whedon wanted to fire from the corner. Finds Amanda. Sinelli to the left. Tries to get it to Margaret Johnson. Johnson does get it. Now we got a foul on Nipmuc. So first team foul for the Warriors on that. See, they got Maddie Fernandez, her first foul, first team, like I said. 5:43 left, down 4-0. Crusaders need their first hoop of the game badly. Nipmuc's in this man-to-man or a matchup zone. It's hard to tell because Crusaders aren't moving as well as they normally do. They got to get some more movement on offense. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Chloe Ritchie has it. She's looking to find Whedon in the corner. Paige Anderson steals it. There goes Anderson. So Anderson stole it. Interesting, they did switch the shot clock, meaning they reset it because Paige Anderson had the possession for a second. If I'm Nipmuc, I'm questioning that because that would make the shot clock a lot less time for the Crusaders. But instead they got a brand new clock, so plenty of time here. Still down 4-0. About 5 minutes to go, first quarter. Yeah, they're not man-to-man. There's a three ball by Chloe. That rattles in and out. Good battle by Quinlan Rice down low. So that's a tie-up situation, and the ball stays with the Crusaders, a new 35-second clock. So a lot of opportunities down this end. Sinelli's going to try to cash in. And Amanda Sinelli does with a big-time three-point shot for Sinelli, so it's 4-3. They needed that. Maybe now that the lid can come off a little bit, give the Crusaders a little bit more confidence. They just got to watch Paige Anderson. She's the great passer, almost great pass, even better defense by Chloe Ritchie. Ritchie knocked it off, and it looked like it last went off of Nipmuc. As Ava Ibrahim, fresh off helping sing the national anthem. Ava comes in, checks in for Quinlan Rice. Once again, the Crusaders are missing. Ooh, cross-court pass there by Sinelli's Lord. Whedon's going to fire. That looks good. And it is. It's only a two-pointer for Allie Whedon. 5-4, just about 4 minutes to play in this first one. So Nipmuc made the first two shots. Paige Anderson, who has the ball now. Or no, that's not Paige Anderson. I'm sorry. That's Paige right there, number 10. She looks to find, but good defense by Margaret. She was trying to find Savvy Carr down low. Whedon, good catch. She's going to shoot. Good shot there by Allie Whedon, but no good. They're going to get Chloe Ritchie for crashing the glass. A little bit over the back. It'll only be the first on Chloe. 2 team fouls. So nobody's in foul trouble yet with 3:36 left first quarter. Molly Dishington, she's looked like she was going to take a shot. She doesn't. She gets it over to Carr. Back to Dishington for 3. Boom! Big shot by Molly Dishington. Makes it 7-5. Nipmuc needed that. Sinelli's got to get rid of it. She does. She finds Ibrahim. Ava threw the ball away. Wide open underneath is Carr. Carr puts it no good. A little bit too hard. Allie Whedon gets the rebound. And here comes Sinelli down 7-5, just under 3 to play. Ibrahim, that's a better pass. She finds Ritchie. Ritchie fires. Just comes off the rim. They're going to get a foul on the Crusaders. That's going to be Chloe again. That's 2 on Chloe. Need to watch that. Chloe can't pick up a third, otherwise she'll have to spend some time on the bench, and they don't like to take Chloe out of there. Senior captain. They like her leadership out there, along with Margaret Johnson. There's Margaret. Great steals. They tried to feed Meg McCobb down there, and Meg wasn't quick enough. It's great athletic play by Johnson. Ibrahim now. So once again, it's like a 1-3-1 zone that Nipmuc plays here. The threes will be open, especially in the corner, which we've already seen. Sinelli, and there's a shot by Margaret. No good. Good rebound. Sinelli will fire. Sinelli will hit. Tie ball game. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, it's 7-6. Nipmuc had 7, so maybe they took a point off the board for that. I thought they'd had a 3-pointer here earlier, but this would be 3 if it goes. No good. Here comes Sinelli now on the break. 1:38 left. Up 1. They would love to build on that lead. Whedon gets stuck a little bit. They need to move forward. She gets it back to Sinelli. Down low to Margaret Johnson. Margaret up and in. Great play. Good pass by Sinelli. She passed it where only Margaret would be able to get it. So Johnson was able to get it to go. Now they've switched it back to 7. This is from Nipmuc. Going to be a tie-up situation. Nipmuc will keep the ball. So once again, there was a 3-pointer by Molly Dishington earlier that made it 7-5 Nipmuc, but then it was 6, and now it's back to 7. So I think that's right. 9-7. Crusaders with the lead with 1:10 left to play. Good. Another great steal by Margaret Johnson on the inbounds play. She's going to take the point. Ooh, she tries to find Quinlan Rice down there. She was open, but Nipmuc made a good defensive stop to knock it out of bounds. It will stay. 30 seconds. Plenty of time on the shot clock. 1:05 first period. And Crusaders have a 2-point lead. Quinlan Rice Gets it wide open for Whedon. Whedon's going to step into that one. Just a bit short. Paige Anderson gets the rebound. I like how Anderson gets that. She doesn't let them tie it up. She just starts aggressively pivoting with that ball. They get it down to her, down low. So that play didn't work out the way Nipmuc wanted to. Crusaders right back. There's only about a 2-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock, so they could pretty much work it all the way down if they want, up 2. Whedon looks like, they're going to have it on the floor. I thought Allie was shooting on that. Coach Creedler is thinking the same as I. She was definitely seemed to be shooting. But to no avail. So 21 seconds left in this first quarter. Up 9-7. Crusaders would really love to get one here at the end. Allie of the first quarter. Allie Whedon tries to find Quinlan Rice. That also went off of Nipmuc, as the boys team who are here supporting the girls saw clearly from their vantage point. That went off Nipmuc. I'm not sure what we were looking at down there. So Nipmuc will have a shot to tie this or take the lead. Oh, that was maybe a travel. No good. Now it's going to be a jump ball. Back to the Crusaders. Meg McCobb wanted to take that. Then she sort of decided not to. Sinelli at the buzzer. The heave from almost half court is no good. So tight first quarter here. The Nipmuc Warriors came in firing. Paige Anderson, first 2 buckets made it 4-0. And then Crusaders got the next, I think they had the next 5 points. Made it 5-4. Nipmuc went up briefly again, but then Crusaders have had the lead just by 2 though, so. And Chloe Ritchie have to spend some time on the bench with those 2 quick fouls, which is not what Coach Friedler wants. She likes having Chloe out there to help run that offense, but she's going to have to buy some minutes for her senior captain here because of those 2 fouls. They don't need Chloe getting a third and having to sit even more timeouts. So I'd say, if you can, buy Chloe maybe 4 minutes here, 3-4 minutes. Then you could probably put her back in. If she gets a 3rd foul, she'll have to come back out. But hopefully you can trust Chloe to not do that. So second quarter, we'll start with Nipmuc. Nipmuc will have the ball. They're going right to left. They're in green, whereas the Whitensville Christian Crusaders in white, going left to right on your screen. Once again, big game for both teams. Crusaders, we'll talk about at halftime, I think really want to have a winning record. And they're 6-6 right now, so this would push them up to 7-6. And they have a real tough game Friday against Hopedale. So don't want to drop this one at home. And Nipmuc, we're coming with a 2-game losing streak. They really want to get this W themselves. That's Paige Anderson has it. Nipmuc working it around. They only have 6 seconds left on the shot clock. It's a steal by Margaret. She's going to try to go coast to coast. Margaret off the glass, no good. Quinlan Rice looked like she got fouled. Sinelli will have a wide open 3. That's no good. Nipmuc ball. So Margaret Johnson, seems like every game she gets straight 2 to 4 of those wide open, because she's so aggressive defensively and so fast. She gets to the end, but sometimes she's going too fast that I think she needs to just come to a stop, collect herself, and put it up. Easier said than done for me in the back bleachers, that's for sure. Nipmuc down 2, looking to tie or take the lead. Molly Dishington trying to set it up. She's got Sinelli on her. Only 8 seconds left. They're going to get a foul on, I think it's on Amanda Sinelli, but I'm not sure. Yep, they got him. They got a man on that. Good block by Allie Whedon. Savannah Carr. All right, here comes. There's much more under control, but still can't get it to fall. Margaret, that's off of Nipmuc. This time they got it right. He didn't want the anger from the fans sitting right on top of the action. So ball stays with Whitensville. Still up 9-7. No one scored yet early in the second quarter. Ooh, that one almost airmailed on Whedon, but Allie, they're going to leave her open. Allie's going to take it. No good. Johnson, good board. Margaret up with it, gets blocked. So good interior defense by the Warriors, but Crusaders will keep the ball. They got 33 seconds. That shot clock reset when Margaret got the rebound. Oh, man, that could be a fast break for Nipmuc, and it is. Kira DeBaggis found herself getting a free lane, and she makes Whitensville pay. Makes it 9-9 here. 6:17 left. So Nipmuc knocked that out of bounds. Playing aggressive D after that steal. That's what they need, some transition. Both these teams want transition looks, as it's a little slow going in the half court. So that's going to be the first foul on Savvy Carr, number 3. 2 team fouls for Nipmuc. 6:12 left, second quarter. 9-9. This one's tight. Rice is going to fire, and that rattles home. Quinlan Rice. Big shot puts Crusaders back up 2 with 6 minutes to play in this half. Carr will get it. Now it's Paige Anderson. Crusaders still in this man-to-man. They're really taking this shot clock down. There's 10 seconds on the shot clock. DeBaggis was open. Someone's going to have to fire. 3 seconds. It's going to be Paige. She steps back, fires. I don't think she got it off. 35-second shot clock violation. As Paige Anderson really had to catch and shoot, but she knew Allie Whedon was down there. And so she did the right thing normally by taking that little step back, and she gets it. Or it wasn't her, that's Savvy Carr, number 3, who got it. So Nipmuc gets it right back. Down 11-9. Good aggressive D by Margaret Johnson, looking for the steal. But Molly Dishington gets it. Once again, Nipmuc's had trouble in this half court. This time, no good. Maddie Fernandez tried a little one-hander runner there. Actually looked online from where I'm sitting, but it didn't fall for her. Just under 5 in this half. Margaret's good pass. Allie just couldn't hold it. That was definitely, but that's the kind of, that pass that Margaret gave to Allie needed to be a quick pass, but Allie just looked to shoot it before catching it. Falls out of bounds. Give Nipmuc another opportunity, but Ava Ibrahim gets to steal. Now Chloe Ritchie's back in. So as I figured, they got it to about the 5-minute mark and checked Chloe back in. Ava's going to fire. Looked like it might have got a piece of it. Nipmuc's looking to run, and that's the smart move. Half court's not been the best. Dishington misses. Here comes timeout. That's what here comes. So Coach Driedler was not pleased. She's calling timeout for a while there, and she let the referee have it, and he said, clear enough for me to hear across the court, I can't hear you. I'm not sure if it's Driedler's voice or his hearing. I'm guessing the latter, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that one. And so Coach gets the timeout. 4:21 left in this half. It's a tight one. It's a 2-point ball game. 11-9. Crusaders have the lead. Only 2 points Nipmuc scored in this quarter was the breakaway by Kira DeBagas. She found it wide open at the top of the key and just went off to the races with it. And you can tell even on the rebounds, their coaching staff is telling the girls to run at Nipmuc because half court is just, besides those 2 early buckets by Paige Anderson, they're just having a really hard time. So the key to the game is get transitional looks, get some free layups. Now they're going to put a press on just to that effect. Oh, shit works. As Ava slips and gets a travel call. It looked a little awkward. They asked if Ava was okay. She is, which is good news. Check. Amanda Sinelli is going to check back in for Ava, make sure she's okay. She slipped a little there. Try to get it to Anderson. Anderson is able to get it, but not in the position she wanted it. So Nipmuc will have to set up their offense. So Maddie Fernandez gets it going. Back to Anderson. Carr will fire, no good. Rattles around, and we're going to have another tie-up. So the ball will switch hands over to Whitensville as the possession arrow was pointing in their direction. So big tie-up there as Nipmuc was threatening. Up to 3:50 in this half. Sinelli gets it. She regroups everybody. Now kind of more of a 1-2-2. They're just staying with Margaret Johnson wherever she goes. Quinlan Rice goes right. She gets it to Sinelli. Sinelli has Chloe Ritchie. She's going to fire for 3. No good, but good skying rebound by Margaret Johnson. She tried to get it to Allie Whedon, and it rolls out of bounds. Back to Nipmuc it goes. 3:19 on the clock for the second quarter. Offense tough to come by for both teams. 11-9 is the Crusader lead. And Nipmuc throws it away without even kind of an unforced error. Sierra Lopez could not handle that pass. Here comes Whedon. Allie's got a couple hoops in this one. She's looking to get more. Margaret goes right all the way down the lane. Margaret Johnson off the glass and in. Big move for Margaret. A little bit of breathing room. 13-9 is the score. Once again, Nipmuc kind of taking their time. 18 seconds. They get a wide open layup by Sierra Lopez. Good shot. Makes it 13-11. So just when the Crusaders think they get a little bit of room. Now Margaret's got a lane. Margaret's going to find Quinlan Rice to Ritchie. Sinelli will fire for 3. A little long, no good. Again, this time it's Margaret Johnson with the cleanup rebound. 15-11 with 2 minutes to play first half. Good active offensive rebounding there by Margaret Johnson. Beautiful swish from Maddie Fernandez. Nipmuc just will not let Crusaders have any room. 15-13. Looks like Maddie Amati's going to check in for the Crusaders if she can get a whistle here. Whoa, that one close to going out of bounds. Chloe Ritchie did a great job to save it. Now Rice. Whedon steps to the right, fires. Oh, in and out for Allie Whedon. No good. Nipmuc now has a chance to tie or take the lead, or do they? As Paige Anderson was not able to keep it away from an aggressive defense from Margaret Johnson. Margaret ties her up, but the possession arrow, of course, in Nipmuc's direction, so they have a chance to tie or take the lead with just over a minute left to play in this first half. Better stay with us all night here on this live stream because this one might go right down to the wire. Carr, turnaround, little hard, no good. Chloe Ritchie now has it with a little bit of, she's going to need some help. She gets it from Margaret Johnson. Sinelli, good catch. There's Margaret, shoots, it's good, and a three-point play, I think. It is. I wasn't sure if they called it on the floor or shooting. I mean, to me, it should have been shooting, but earlier they made a call that was on the floor on Allie Whedon that I thought was clearly shooting, so I was a little reluctant to make that call. Paige Anderson, number 10. That's 2 on Paige. It's Margaret now with a chance to give them a 5-point lead. Oh, just rattles up, but Margaret's going to get it. Finds Sinelli. Sinelli sets, fires. No good. Good board by Paige Anderson. And a foul. I think they got Margaret on that. So 17-13. Oh, that's 3 on Chloe. That's tough. Thought it was on Margaret Johnson, but Chloe got her third. They better take her out if there's a whistle. Anderson gets it on the top. She's only got 15 on the clock. They get it to Paige. Foul on Sinelli. I would get Chloe out of there right now if I'm Coach Creedler. I don't know if they made her aware. I think Charlotte's going over to tell her now. She's got 3. Nipmuc with a big shot by Paige Anderson. Again back to 2. Sinelli with a last-ditched heave. Not sure what the call was. Everybody seems to be looking at each other. That's the end of the half. That's what the call is. As the teams will file out, go to the locker room. Once again, close matchup here, 17-15. Get your snacks and take your breaks because this one might go down to the wire. Every time you think Crusaders might get a 4 or 5 point lead, it's like, man, Nipmuc makes a big shot to get it back within 2 and have had their opportunities to tie or even take the lead. So as we hit halftime, give you some updates. As the power rankings came out on Tuesday, every Tuesday the MIAA state power rankings come out, and I usually try to update you guys on various teams that you might have an interest in, and maybe even to back it up a step, the MIAA a few years ago got rid of the region. So those of you that are old like me and remember having a north, south, west, and central Mass districts, and then you went for the state title, they just take all the teams in the state by division and keep a ranking system about halfway through the season. And so there's 5 divisions in Massachusetts for both the boys and the girls. And to confuse things even further, sometimes it's not the same. Like I know the boys soccer WCS team was Division 4, girls soccer was Division 5. Don't ask me. And they'll move you up or down. It's supposed to be size, based on size, but if you have a lot of success in your division, they'll move you up, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to me for the very reason that if you have a really good team one year, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have a great team the next year, because what if you graduate 3-4 seniors and it just I don't get it. I think it's just be based on size. They also tend to value private schools like Whitensville Christian. Like they'll tend to put you up a division. I guess they're thinking, well, you can sort of recruit kids, but WCS does not recruit students to play. So I don't really get it, but they just figure, well, you're not just dependent on your town. You can get kids from everywhere. And they'll also, which I'm not a big, I think that needs to be changed, that theory, that outlook. On the other end of things, they tend to put down a division tech schools. So a tech school might be like, for instance, Blackstone Valley Tech, they tend to put them down a division, even though that's a pretty decent-sized high school. And I'm not really sure where that comes from. They're like, hey, techie kids aren't good athletes? I don't know. Maybe that used to be the case, but not anymore. There's been some good BVT teams in a lot of different sports. So I don't know the thinking on that. But overall, they're doing their best to try to make it fair across the state with the power rankings. And so what they do is they have a power ranking formula that's based on wins, margin of victory against your opponent. So in other words, if you can get a big win against an opponent that's ranked high, that's going to help you a lot better than even a blowout win against a team like in the girls division against Douglas. No offense to the poor Tigers. But they're winless, so a win against them almost hurts you at this point. So Tuesday they came out with fresh rankings. So the WCS girls were 35th coming into the week, but a win against Douglas, which did not help them. A loss to Sutton, and now on Monday they lost to St. Bernard, really hurt. They've slipped to 41st in Division 4. Again, your goal, the magic number is 32. That gets you in to the postseason tournament. Outside of the 32, you're out. You don't make it. However, if you have a winning record, you do get a play-in game. So however many teams in your division have winning records outside of the top 32 get to play against the lower ranked seeds in the top 32. So if the Lady Crusaders can't get in that top 32, they're 6-6 right now. A win tonight makes it 7-6. Hopedale, that's going to be tough. We'll hope for the best Friday, but they're going to hover around that 500 record. Some out of league games they might be able to squeak out and get in the tournament that way. So you want to stay tuned all season as they aim for that. The BMR or the boys bracket in Division 4, the Crusaders, they went up, but only 2 spots, which surprised me a little bit. But I suppose the numbers don't lie. They were 47th coming into the week, and they had 2 huge victories against the Douglas boys and the Sutton boys last week, and they only climbed to 45th in Division 4, so only got 2 spots with those victories. They lost to the Nipmuc boys last night. Big comeback in the fourth quarter for the boys, but they fell short, so they lose to Nipmuc on the road, and they'll have a big one Friday in the Draper Gym at Hopedale. Always a tough place to play and a tough place to watch a game if you're being honest. So the boys disappointed with their loss. Big effort didn't happen for them last night. That would have been a big 3 in a row. But I've been playing so much better after that 5-game losing streak mid-season. So they'll play on the road Friday, and then next week we'll have a couple home games here on the live stream for you. So these girls, these bracket, the Nipmuc girls are in Division 3, and they're 59th. So they don't have much of a prayer for postseason. So right now, what they're really doing is working on the future. They have a lot of underclassmen, only 1 starting senior, and so trying to get better every practice, every game for Nipmuc. For the girls bracket in the Dual Valley, BMR, they slid up 2 spots in Division 4. They're 37th, even after a loss to WCS girls last week. Sutton, undefeated Sutton girls are 13-0. They stay at number 8 in Division 4. That seems a bit low to me, but they stay at 8. Hopedale girls are in Division 5, and they just slid 1. They lost a tough one to Sutton last week, so they slid from 9 to 10 in Division 5. So Hopedale girls coming in here Friday. That's a good team. Douglas, of course, way out of the picture. They haven't had a win yet. A couple area teams, the girls' Northbridge team right next door, they stay at 14 in Division 4. The Uxbridge girls stay at 27, so both of them right now would be in. Northbridge is a good team, a lot of veterans on that team, trying to improve on their rankings to get a home game. They're still, if you can get in the top 16, you get a home game in the state tournament, which is always great. Boys division, Nipmuc, they're sitting, they climbed to number 29 in Division 3, so Nipmuc got a good boys team this year. Sutton stayed right where they were in D4. They're 25th, the boys team. And the Hopedale went from 10 to 11. They're Division 5. Douglas, really good boys team, although the WCS boys beat them last week. They stayed at 6. I was surprised. I thought the loss to WCS would hurt them, but it didn't. They stay at 6. They are in Division 5. Who knows? They and Hopedale might come up against each other at some point in that state tournament. And in the boys bracket, Uxbridge stays at 20th, and Northbridge, they slid up to 24th in Division 4. So that just gives you fresh power rankings. They come out every Tuesday, so the girls are back, getting their last second instructions here.
I'm going to do it. All right, do it. I'll film it.
As the Crusaders clinging to a 17 to 15 lead here, so it's been back and forth. Nipmuc took an early lead. Since then, Whitensville's had the lead, but they haven't had it more than 4 points, so it's just gone from 4 to 2. Margaret had that one opportunity with a 3-point play at the foul line to make it a 5-point lead. It didn't go, so Whitensville will get the ball to start this half. Sinelli will take it. Still that kind of 1-2-2 zone for Nipmuc. They've been in pretty much this whole game. And they really key on Margaret. Chloe looking, she finds Rice. Looks like Allie Whedon. Whedon finds Margaret Johnson. Oh, Johnson probably had the shot. Ritchie instead fires and drains it. Huge 3. Chloe Ritchie right in front of her brother, her dad, her mom, and her boyfriend. So Chloe likes that end of the court a lot better. 2015. We'll see if Nipmuc can do what they did all the first half, is strike right back. Paige Anderson has been, number 10, has been leading the team in green in scoring. Dishington, no good. Good board by Allie Whedon. Comes Ritchie, fresh off that 3. She's a little bit of a heat check. Rice fakes, gets it over to Sinelli. Sinelli drives down. She gets a push. I think they might have got Savvy Carr on that, but we'll see if they put it up there. No, they actually got Maddie Fernandez, number 11. That's her first team foul early here, third quarter. Sinelli was looking for Margaret, but gets it stolen. Anderson now goes right. She fires. No good, but a good rebound in there by Meg McCobb. And I think they got a tie-up situation. I think that's what they called. Maybe not. There's a shot from the corner. Maddie Fernandez was not able to get that one to go. Looked good from where I was sitting. Crusaders let a wide open look. Fortunate. Whedon covered by 3 people. Tried to find Margaret again. Here comes Fernandez. Crusaders stay man-to-man in their defense. Paige again. What a beautiful shot she has. Honestly, if I'm Nipmuc, I'm having her shoot almost every time down the floor. If they can just get her open. She's got a great touch. It's 20-17. As Chloe gets a little bit stuck, but she's able to get it to Johnson. Now Sinelli. Amanda goes left, gets it. No, she gets it back. Johnson has it open, overshoots it, but Allie Whedon with the board. Oh, went 3/4 of the way down. No good, but Chloe Ritchie. Now we have a one ref called a jump and the other ref called a foul. So we're gonna get a foul. That'll be the first on Margaret. Chloe Ritchie, remember, has 3 personal fouls, so Chloe's got to be careful. She doesn't want to pick one up here in the 3rd quarter so she can stay in this game. Especially after that big 3. Ooh, Margaret, she's off to the races. Layup from Margaret. Margaret just can't believe it as she's missed 3 layups this game that she normally would make. But tie-up situation again, so possession arrow in favor of the Crusaders. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Ava Ibrahim just checking in, gets it. Chloe Ritchie again for 3. She loves that side of the court. Chloe drills it. 23-17 is the lead. Allie Whedon will check back in. Especially when Allie's not in, it gives Paige Anderson. Meg McCobb makes it. McCobb, she can also shoot from down there. 23-19 now. Good steal by Anderson, no, or by Carr. Savvy Carr and Paige Anderson as Nipmuc, I think, gets a timeout there. Carr and Anderson look a lot alike out there. They're similar height, similar build, and style of hair, so it's been a few times. So once again, we had a 6-point lead. Chloe Ritchie's 2 threes have been huge here to start the 3rd. But a couple of buckets from Nipmuc just keeps them right there, 23-19. The big question right now is, will the Crusaders be able to shake this Nipmuc team? If I'm Nipmuc, I think it's what they're trying to do. But I'm having Paige Anderson. I'm setting picks. I'm getting her open and telling her to shoot. She had those first 2 buckets. I think when Allie Whedon's in there, it gives her a little bit of difficulty because Allie's pretty much the same height as her. So Allie's back in to try to shut Anderson down. Lopez is checked in for Nipmuc. Oh, hopefully they got Margaret on that, because Chloe was down there as well. I think that's only 2 on Margaret. They're going to give Margaret a little bit of a break here. Off the foot of Allie Whedon, so it's going to stay Nipmuc ball. Nipmuc has a chance to get that lead back down to 2 or 1 with a 3-pointer. Molly Dishington will take it out. Lopez. Oh, not on the same page there with Meg McCobb. Meg was looking to make a cut. And Sierra tried to pass it to her, went out of bounds. Crusaders now with a 4-point lead. Need to get the ball to Chloe Ritchie. Ooh, they try to throw it down the alley. Sometimes they try to force those down to Whedon and to Margaret Johnson. Another turnover, so 3:29 left, third quarter now. That's going to be a travel on Sierra Lopez. Sierra took steps before driving, so ball back to the Crusaders. So I think I mentioned off the top, the Crusaders playing again without Charlotte Bartlett. That's been a big loss. It was a big, big loss for them against St. Bernard's, with St. Bernard's height. She has a sprained ankle. Sinelli's going to fire for three. Amanda drains it. Big shot, Amanda Sinelli, between her and Chloe Ritchie, trying to create some space here against the Nipmuc Warriors. 26-19, just under 3 to play, third quarter. They go right back to Page. Savannah Carr gets it stolen by Sinelli. Sinelli now decides to hold it up. Good job getting back on defense if you're Nipmuc. Sinelli gets it stolen and then tied up, and the ball will go back to Nipmuc. Maddie Amati's going to check in for Ava Ibrahim. She got in briefly at the end of the first half. This will be her first significant action. Chloe Ritchie's managed to not get her fourth foul. They're going to go down to Carr. Carr can't get it to fall. Whedon battles. She comes out with it. Great rebound by Allie Whedon. Gets it to Amati. Here comes Amati. She's going to look for Snelly and, oh, they find Whedon down low all by herself. She puts it up. They're going to get a foul on, I think, on Anderson on that. That's going to be 3 on Paige Anderson. Allie Whedon will get opportunity to make 2. 7-point lead right now. So Whedon can't make her free throws. Nipmuc's fortunate to stay up or down 7 with about just over 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Wouldn't surprise me if they hit this, because they've done it all game, and they do with a big shot by Molly Dishington. Like I said, every time Crusaders get a little bit of breathing space, Nipmuc comes right back, but Rice tries to counter. Oh man, they get a foul called. I think they got Lopez. No, they got Maddie Fernandez on that. I thought Quinlan had a wide open look, and Maddie looked like, to me, got mostly ball. But the ref must have saw something I didn't. Quinlan Rice, good free throw shooter. She's first free throw shot that goes in is a good move by Coach Creedler, setting Margaret in to take Chloe out, because Chloe still has that 3 with 1:47 left, third quarter. Don't get a cheap one. Another good one from Rice. You don't want Chloe to get a cheap fourth foul, so take her out, get a little break, start the fourth quarter fresh. So 6-point lead. Here comes Nipmuc. Here comes Dishington. She just hit one with the pink shoes. Oh man, she tried to find Carr. Goes through her hands. Dishington will get it back. She'll go right. Good drive. She fires, drills it. Molly Dishington keeping Nipmuc afloat here within 4. 1:18 left. Sinelli fires. No good. Rebound battled. Nipmuc has it. Kira DeBagas got it, as Allie Whedon was fighting for it with Paige Anderson, or with Savannah Carr. They're going to check Chloe back in already. What do we have? We have a three-pointer that's not 3 seconds. Not sure what they called there. Not sure the refs know what they called. Either way, Crusaders get it just under a minute left, third quarter. Here comes Whedon, gets it back to Margaret. Margaret, oh, she had Rice, but a great steal in there for the Warriors. They're coming right back. Dishington, who has the last 5 points for Nipmuc. Gets to Maddie Fernandez. Fernandez now looking down low. She fires off the glass, no good. Chloe, good rebound. Good trust that Coach Creedler put with her senior captain with 3 fouls. Decided we don't need to let this lead evaporate at the end of the third. Chloe will fire again, this time no good. Ball goes to the floor. Whedon was not able to get it. Dishington does no good. Good board by Carr. Savvy Carr with a layup makes it 28-26. Well, if you've been with us, this has been the story. Crusaders get some space. They even got it up to 7 for the first time all game. And yet, end of the third, where are we? 2-point game. It's been hovering around 2 points. Nipmuc, since that early 6-5 lead, has not had the lead, but they've been within 2 points multiple times. To start the fourth, the Crusaders will have the ball. The nervous thing here for Whitensville is in that third quarter they were very much dependent on 2 threes by Chloe Ritchie, 1 3 by Amanda Sinelli. And so Nipmuc, on the other hand, their offense looks to be flowing a little bit better. So the coaching staff of Nipmuc has to be encouraged here, because if they can just contest a little bit and not let Chloe have those wide open threes, they may be able to take a lead here. So Whitensville needs to really clamp down on defense, get some transitional looks, and Margaret, who's had a few opportunities, get one of these to fall. Chloe will take it out into Sinelli's hands. Number 11 will take the point. Back to a sort of like a 1-3-1, but they're guarding Margaret Johnson. Immediately lose it. Here comes Molly Dishington. It's been hot for Nipmuc. Nipmuc continues to have Paige Anderson on the bench with her 3 fouls. We'll see how long. I don't think if I'm Nipmuc I go too long. If she had 4, it'd be different, but she's only got 3. That shows you right now why, as Allie Whedon steals it, gets it to Margaret. That time, exactly what I think Margaret should do. Come to a jump stop. It's not like there's anybody in the other team that's going to block her. So take your time. And she does. 30-26. Good start here for Whitensville. A little bit more breathing room. We'll see if Nipmuc can do what they've done all game. They get it to Savvy Carr. Carr puts it up off the glass. No good. I thought for sure it would fall. That's a foul on Carr. They don't catch her. Whedon still gets it to Sinelli. Margaret just made a layup. It's going to go up again off the glass and in. Beautiful fake and a drive by Margaret Johnson makes it 32-26. Fernandez needs a little help. Gets it to Dishington. Another 3. Buries it. Red hot Molly Dishington for Nipmuc. And a steal. It goes. I would call timeout. That was Kira DeBaggis. Crazy. As they have a just had a fan turn around and glare at me. Happens sometimes. So this game has been pretty much the same story. Crusaders get a couple of good offensive possessions, get it up to 6, 7 points. And Nipmuc gets it right back. Now it's down to 1. They had it up to 6 with Margaret Johnson's 2 straight buckets. Felt good about that. We're in the 4th quarter, but then they let up another 3 by Molly Dishington, and then a quick steal by Kira DeBaggis. And Kira made him pay right away. 5 points in just a few seconds. It's a 32-31. They'll put a little pressure on Crusaders, as Crusaders have to take the ball underneath their own hoop. There's just under 6.5 to play in this game. This is going to be tight right down to the end. It's going to be who executes offensively and clamps down a little bit defensively, and you got to rebound. So this press does not work. Whedon looks like a little reach in there. They don't call it. Snelly gets it. Plenty of time, about 20 seconds in the shot clock. They're looking for Margaret. Up and under. Margaret could have got a little foul there. Margaret no good. Dishington gets it. Now Nipmuc with an opportunity to take a lead. Gotta watch out for Molly Dishington. They're still leaving her wide open. Paige Anderson back in as well. Maddie Fernandez can't get it to go. Chloe, looked like there was a foul. Ref calls a travel on Chloe Ritchie. So what I think the ref was thinking is that was a tie-up situation, and if Chloe falls, that's a travel, but I don't think that was. They had her in a bear hug, so Dishington will get it back. That's going to Fernandez. Fernandez again misses. Good box out by Quinlan Rice. Gives Chloe Ritchie the opportunity to get the rebound. Here comes Waitensville, 5.5 left. Sinelli, good drive. Finds Rice. Ooh, Rice has to dribble. She did. She doesn't have her dribble now. Gets it to Sinelli. Sinelli over to Ritchie. Ritchie. Johnson got fouled. Question there, is it on Paige Anderson? I don't think so. It is. That's 4 on Paige, so that'll come into play. It's 5:14 left. They're gonna, looks like they might take her out. Margaret can't get the first of 2 to fall. Sure enough, they send Savvy Carr back in for Paige. Paige has 4. See how long they go. Second one, good form for Margaret Johnson. Makes it 33-31. We're back to that 2-point game. If I were a betting man, I'd say we're going to end up in overtime, or the Crusaders will win by 2. But I'm not, so we won't cast any of those bets. Almost a steal, it is. Margaret Johnson got her hand on it. Chloe Ritchie gets it. Whedon to Sinelli. Now Sinelli gets it over half court. Just under 5 to play. Ibrahim, who has checked in. Ibrahim gets it stolen by Dishington. And here comes DeBaggis. Another layup by Kira DeBaggis. She ties it. 33-33. Ibrahim loses it out of bounds. Ava Ibrahim looked like she had an opportunity, but then loses it. So here comes Nipmuc. Tie game, 4:26 to play. Opportunity to take the lead for the first time since it was 6-5. They lose it. They were looking down low to Carr. They couldn't get her, so Sinelli now has it. Finds Johnson. Chloe passed that up. Good shot to a better shot. They want Margaret, I think, to try to take this, but Whedon will take it. She hasn't, I don't think, had a shot this half. We'd love to see Allie get a chance to get one. Sinelli will, Ibrahim just short rims it. So Nipmuc now with their opportunity to take the lead. This one going right down the wires. Quinlan Rice will check back in. I want another steal. If they can't get Meg McCobb open, I think they're going to have to go back to Paige pretty soon if you're Nipmuc, but she has 4 fouls. Whedon to Margaret. Margaret fires, just overshoots it. Great board by Dishington. They're going to get Ava Ibrahim for that. It's really not a problem. It's only 1 team foul as they get Ava on that. So you got to get to 5 to get them into the bonus. So wouldn't worry about that if you're Coach Creedler. So 3:15 left. Sure enough, Paige Anderson with her 4 fouls will check back in. Next whistle. Instead is Tabagas for 2. Big shot again. That's 3 huge hoops here down the stretch for Kira Tabagas. 35-33, 3 minutes left. Whitensville now faces this press. Whedon, wide open layup, can't get it to go. Great feed for Margaret Johnson. Alley, a little bit too hard off the glass. 2:47 left. Now Nipmuc can take their own lead past 2 points. They have the lead 35-33. They're looking to get some breathing room. .230 left. They're taking the clock down now. That's Dishington, who's been on fire, to Tabagas, who's also been on fire. This time it's Fernandez with a huge 3 for Nipmuc. It's now 38-33. Margaret Johnson looking for Sinelli. Throws it out of bounds as the Crusaders crumbling here, as they at one point not that long ago had a 6-point lead. Now down 5. Desperately need a stop here, as Nipmuc will definitely take the shot clock down. There's 2 minutes left in this game. Up 5. They have 22 more seconds on the shot clock. They look down to Paige. Paige fights. They trap her. Gets it to Carr. Carr gets it tied up. That's actually... So that's going to stay Nipmuc. Shot clock's at 14. 1:52 is the game clock. Again, Crusaders desperately need to stop, and then an offensive possession. Transition. That one might go over the back. It doesn't. They call timeout. Wise timeout there by the coaching staff of Nipmuc. 1:45 left. Crusaders now in a huge jam. That's what I was worried about a little bit there, as I mentioned at one of the last timeouts, is that Nipmuc was losing, but they kept right in the game, and the Crusaders were extremely dependent on those threes from Sinelli and Chloe Ritchie. So Nipmuc kept playing their game, and the threes dried up a little bit. Now Nipmuc caught fire a little offensively themselves. They're up 5 with the ball, 9 seconds on the shot clock. Crusaders desperate to get a stop here. Then I know they're going to want to get the ball in the hands of Margaret Johnson, but Margaret's going to have to create, and Chloe and Amanda Sinelli are going to have to be, and Allie Wheaton, if she gets it, they're going to have to be very confident taking the shot. They don't have the time. If they have a good shot, they got to take it. We'll see what Nipmuc can do here with a little bit of time. Dishington again, she's been on fire, and she hits it again. Back-breaking three-pointer by Molly Dishington. And Nipmuc now 41-33. And now the steal by Carr, blocked by Margaret Johnson. The ball will stay Nipmuc. 1:27 left. This one all but over. If the Crusaders can't pull off a miracle, they're going to have to try for the steal. Dishington wants to shoot, but they need to run the clock. I don't blame her. She's red hot. But they need to run all this clock down. Up 8 points with the ball. Timeout. Nipmuc. So what a disastrous fourth quarter for the Crusaders. They had the opportunity to winning by 6 with the ball, had an opportunity to get their own big lead in this game. Saw that not only slip through their grasp, but get yanked away. As Nipmuc has the ball up 8. See if the Crusaders oh, now they're talking about the clock. The shot clock got reset to 35. Yeah, the shot clock was down for Nipmuc as they were scrambling and called timeout, and they gave them. They put it back to 35 seconds. They need to reset that. I think they're kind of guessing. They only bring it down to 32. That gave Nipmuc an extra 20 seconds. It's a little tough. Nipmuc's going to shoot anyway, so it doesn't end up mattering. Chloe gets the steal. They got to run. There goes Margaret. She's got under a minute left. Margaret's going to steamroll to the hoop. She's going to look for Rice. Rice is going to fire. Rice hits it. Now they got to press. They do. Don't foul. You can try to get your own turnovers here. 41-35. They get it to Paige. Paige, layup. No good. Didn't need to shoot. Probably could have held off Margaret. Ooh, she's lucky. She gets it to Chloe. Richie fires from 3. No good. Rice again. Quinlan Rice with 2 huge buckets is going to force a timeout by Nipmuc. My goodness. The big issue I see for the young players at Nipmuc in these last couple of trips have taken shots way too early. They got a huge break coming out of the last timeout when it should have been about 9 seconds on the shot clock. They got to put back to 32, and yet they took the shot right away anyway, so it ended up not hurting. They could have brought that clock all the way down. Quinlan Rice makes a great shot. They bring it back down. They shot it right away again. Instead of just making Whitensville play the foul game, they gave the ball back to him. So now Crusaders have an opportunity to press. They're kind of in a jam when it comes to fouling because they only have 1 team foul. They'd have to foul 4 times to get Nipmuc to the free throw line. But you put the press on, and you could be as aggressive as you possibly want and try to get the steal. This isn't NBA where you can advance the ball to the half-court line. They got to take that thing from underneath the hoop. Your Crusaders are going to put on a 2-1-2 press, and that's exactly what you need to do. You try to get the steal, but if you don't, you get the foul. That'll be 3 on Margaret, so you got to be careful. Someone else is going to have to, her and Chloe, you got to be careful. Because Nipmuc is just trying to get it over the half-court line. They can try to get it from Dishington. Instead, they get Sinelli. That's maybe 2 on Sinelli. We'll see what the official word is. Yep, that's 2 on Amanda. So 3 team fouls now. So 2 more, they get him to the line. So they got to keep trying to make the steal. She gets the steal. We'll see if Margaret can get it. Layup, no good. Chloe, no good. Boy. Margaret, great steal. Just couldn't get that layup to go. So it remains a 4-point lead. They're going to. Hey. Not sure why we're hitting the buzzer here. So you want to put Maddie Amati in there for Margaret. Is that 5 on Margaret? I think it is. She fouled so often, so quick there. someone else probably needed to make that foul. So Maddie comes in. So Sinelli will get her 4th foul. Crusaders had their opportunity with a steal. Margaret was kind of going for the foul. She was able to wrestle the ball free, race in, and just couldn't get the layup to fall. That would have made it a 2-point game, and this would be a very different situation. Now it's still a 2-possession game either, whether Kira makes them or not. She missed the first. Crusaders are going to have to shoot a 3 and hope someone fouls them. You never know. No good. They're going to have to rebound. Rice gets it. She got to get it to Amanda. Get the foul. Oh, man. Oh, she got the foul almost. Nipmuc is crazy to even contest that. That's going to do it for this one. It's Nipmuc. Warriors get a huge road victory, 41-37. And the Crusaders drop their 3rd straight in disappointing fashion. They'll play again Friday night against Hopedale. We'll give player of the game for the Nipmuc Warriors to Molly Dishington. Huge offensive performance in the second half. Player of the game for Whitensville is, once again, we'll give it to Margaret Johnson. Also player of the game to Quinlan Rice. She was huge down the stretch to almost bring him back. All right, we'll see you on Friday night. Have a good night. God bless everyone.
I was getting good reports from you from North Carolina.